I'm Matt Bishard with REIT.com here in San Diego for REIT World 2012. Joining me is Boyd Fellows, President of Starwood Property Trust. Overall, how healthy would you say the real estate capital markets are? And if there are any points of weaknesses, what's the outlook for those?
The real estate capital markets are coming back strong. In particular, there is a lot of liquidity in the CMBS area. Banks are coming back in their recourse-based lending and in the transitional space. We partner with several large lending banks. All of them are increasing the levels to which they'll lend from an LTV perspective, and spreads that they're charging have dropped dramatically, and we would expect them to drop a little bit more. I think the big move has occurred over the last 3 months and would expect it to continue a little bit and then stabilize.
How do Starwood's 2012 lending levels compare to where they were in 2011, and what's the outlook for 2013?
In 2011, we invested a little over $2 billion, and at this point in 2012, we're already at that number, and depending on how much closes throughout the rest of the year, we're going to be over $2 billion by a nice amount. You know, it's hard to say at this point how much. 2013, I expect to be at the rate we are going now. Our run rate would have us well north of $2 billion. Our pipeline today of transactions that we consider to be 50% or more likely to occur is roughly twice what it was 6 months ago. So our run rate of real transactions is really high. A lot of things are starting to come together for us. Our scale in particular has positioned us to be able to principal very large transactions, in many cases where we're the only lender at all in the country that's willing to quote transactions that are complex and large, north of $200 million. When you get up to $200, $300, $400 million, there's a very short list of other players who will do it. And so as a result, as those transactions come together, it's going to wind up pushing our lending levels considerably higher, potentially.
And are there any trends that you see emerging in the lending market that Starwood's well positioned to take advantage of?
The areas that we are particularly well positioned and have a competitive advantage in the lending markets today are making loans on large transitional assets in particular. That can range from office buildings that have suffered vacancy recently that we can readily underwrite back up to market occupancy, or it can be ground-up development in very vibrant markets. Both of those areas, particularly when the transactions are large, play to our strength. A big part of our business model and one of our big advantages is that we are willing to principal the entire loan. So we'll do in transactions where a borrower might normally need an A note and mezzanine combined, and would have to patch together a syndicate of lenders and mezz players. One of the things that we do often is quote the entire transaction, so it simplifies it. It's just one simple financing, all with Starwood.
Thank you so much for joining us. For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.